Hello, children. Now, today we are going to start with a topic very familiar to this picture on the screen. So, what does this picture suggest to you, children? Yes, you're right. We are going to do something which is related to writing, and a very important one, which is letter writing, which comprises of both the informal and the formal letter writing. So, today the topic which we are going to take up is letter writing consisting of both the informal and the formal type of writing. Now we are going to start with informal letter writing. Now children, this is a topic which you often very confused about. So I'm trying to make things very clear to you, and I'm really hoping that this video will make things clear to you. Now this picture in itself talks all about the informal letter. Now, if you can see it in the on the screen, on the left side, you have to start with the sender's address. Now, who's the sender? You are the sender. The one who's writing the letter is the sender, is going to send the letter. And the one who's going to receive it is the receiver of the letter. So we are going to start with the sender's address, that is the writer's address, your address. And the similar thing is depicted on the right side. So you have to start with your house number, whether you have a house number or not. You have to mention your house number. Give me any number, but start with a house number. Then write the name of the apartment or number, coming to the lane, road, or colony, and then the city with the pin code. Again, children, pin code is very important. Now, this address should come within these three lines, not more than this. Next comes the date. Now either you can leave a line after the sender's address or not leave a line. But I'll prefer if you leave a line because it makes things, the presentation neat. So leave a line and write the date, and the format of the date should be the way it is written on the right side, 4th May 2021. This is the format that we are going to follow. Then comes the salutation. Salutation is the way you're going to greet the person to whom you're writing the letter. For example, it can be, since it is an informal letter, so you can write dear mummy, dear Uncle John, dear grandma, dear Rohan, if it is for a friend, etc. Then comes the body of the letter. Now, what are you going to write in the body of the letter? Now, this has the subject matter. You may write about 2 or 3 paragraphs. It is better if you divide it into small paragraphs instead of writing one long one. The opening sentence should either be in response to an earlier communication or general in nature. The concluding sentence rounds off the subject matter, conveys love to family members, and good wishes to friends, etc. Coming to the subscription. Subscription is how you take leave from the person. So you can write yours affectionately or yours lovingly or yours loving son, not yours affectionately son or yours lovingly son. You will write yours, your loving son, and then end it. Okay, so it can be either ways, yours affectionately or your affectionate daughter, son, friend, whatever. Then comes the signature, and in the signature, you're only going to write your first name in case of an informal letter. Now, these are some of the examples given for you to help you with the way you're going to write the greeting, which is the salutation, or the subscription, which is also called leave taking. Now, for example, it is for close relatives, then what you can write is my dear mummy, dear Uncle John, dear grandma, dear Rohan, etc. If it is for close friends, write dear Meena, my dear Susie, etc. If it is for acquaintances, now what do you understand by the term acquaintance? Acquaintance is a person with whom you've met just once or twice, just a, you're just familiar with that person, not very close to him or her. In that case, you're going to be a little formal and you can write dear Mr. Gupta, dear Miss Kate, etc. Coming to leave taking, if it is for close relatives, yours affectionately, your affectionate daughter. Now, children see the difference. Either write yours affectionately, then write your first name, or write your affectionate daughter and write your first name. So it can be written to uncle, sister, nephew, etc. Then you can write your loving son or yours lovingly, not both together. You cannot write yours lovingly son, then it will go wrong. So you can either write your loving son or yours lovingly, your loving granddaughter or grandson, whatever. If it is for friends, then you can write yours sincerely, and if it is for acquaintances, again you can write yours sincerely. So this can be a great help for you. You can always refer to it whenever you're doing letter writing, so that you don't get confused anywhere and you don't have to ask your friends and your teachers over and over again. Everything is here right in front of you. You can watch it as many number of times and confirm wherever you have a doubt. Now, these are some examples or helping aid given to you for writing an informal letter. For beginning and ending, you could write "Dear David" and end with "kind regards." So start with "Good morning, Tom" and end with "Warm best regards." Now, reason for writing, how you can start your letter. I am sending this message to apologize or ask about or say thanks for a complaint about something. This is how you can start. Or you can start with answering your message, let me tell you that. Or as we spoke or agreed in our call, here you have, I have to tell you that. So these are ways in which you can start your letter. Mr. Thompson gave me your name so that I can, whatever you want to say to that person. Coming to the background, when you start explaining the reasons and what was the purpose for you writing that letter, then you can start with, as you probably know, our company is, I suppose you remember that 3 weeks ago we had an agreement or we had a talk, whatever. Then coming to the concluding part, which is also the result, how you can conclude your letter. So you can write, that is why we had to, or because of that, the next step, now it is necessary to, I think we should, I would need you to, or to fix this, you would have to. So these are ways in which you can conclude your letter. Coming to further communication, you can contact me if you need help or information or hope to hear from you. And when it comes to signing off, you can write, as in at the end of the letter, you can write many thanks for your message, or let me say sorry again for, or you can write, I hope this solution is okay for you, if the situation demands for it. It's not necessary to write all this, but this is just some help which I have to offer to you. Now, this is an example of an informal letter for you children, so that you get an idea, a practical example of how you can write a letter. Now, this question is that imagine that you're in a boarding school and have performed poorly in your terminal examination. Write a letter to your mother explaining the reasons for your poor performance and tell her how you plan to do better in the forthcoming examinations. Now, very important, start with the sender's address. So you are the writer who's studying in a residential school, so you're going to write the address of that school. So Jingle Bells Residential School and Igatpuri and the pin number. You can write more if you want. You have 3 lines. Capacity is maximum up to 3 lines. Okay. Then leave a line and write the date. The format is the same, 10th October 2018. Then comes the salutation part. My dear mummy or mother, whatever you call your mother. Then start with the body of the letter. I know that you're very disappointed with my half-yearly report that you must have received last week. Now, children, as you can see it over here, it's not written that I hope you're in the pink of your health. Please remember, no such sentences are accepted anymore. If you write that, it will not be considered to be a good letter at all. So do not write it. I'm telling you, it is something to be noted, that don't write those sentences which were used earlier, that I hope you're in the pink and blue of your health. Just start, just directly come to the point and say what you're wanting to say. So this child is directly starting with the concern, and which is that I know that you're very disappointed with my half yearly report that you must have received last week. I'm truly sorry for a poor performance and I'm very depressed at having let you down so badly. I do not want to make excuses, but this last term I have been in and out of the infirmary several times. So, what is the reason that he is giving? That he's been out of the infirmary. Infirmary is the sick bay or the medical room. So, he was not keeping well. That child was not keeping well for a long time. I had a bad attack of malaria and was unable to attend classes for about a week. Barely had I got over with this when I broke out in a rash because of the medication and I had to go back into the infirmary. As a result of this, I missed many classes and I scored very poorly in three subjects. I have now picked up. So, change of paragraph, and you have to start from the left side margin only, leaving a line. So, I have now picked up health is that I am now feeling better and have requested my teachers to give me some extra assignments. I also plan to do group studies with some of the other boarders of my class. Again, change of paragraph. I am sure that this will help me to catch up with my studies, and I promise you I will score much better marks in the next unit tests. Please do not be worried about my hair. I am much better. I look forward to meeting you during the midterm break. Then comes the subscription, which is also called the leave taking. So you can write yours lovingly, yours affectionately, or your loving son, Sanjeev. First name only, children. Now you can see that after every thing, there's a line which is left to make your presentation better, presentation of work better, and your work look neat. Okay. Now this was informal letter. Now we will be moving to formal letter writing. Again, this is a very important topic which comes in almost all of your exams, so you need to be thorough with it. Now, this is the format of a formal letter which is given by ICSE. Now, on the left side, again, you're going to start with the sender's address. Again, your address who's writing the letter, the same type of format has to be followed. Then leave a line and write the date. Again, the same thing. The change is the receiver's address. When you're writing a formal letter, you need to write the receiver's address also to whom you're writing the letter. Who is going to receive your letter is the receiver. So, for example, if you're writing an application to the principal, then write the principal, St. Anthony School, Duranda, Ranchi, and the PIN number. Okay? Then comes the subject. After the receiver's address, leave a line and write the subject. Then describe the reason for writing the letter in one brief sentence. One brief sentence. Not a long one, children. Just describe. You can also write a letter of request or a letter of complaint. So, or just one line. Remember a line. Just give a brief introduction about what you're going to talk about. Then comes the salutation. So you can write, Dear Sir. Salutation is how you greet the person you're writing to. Then comes the body of the letter. Divide it into three paragraphs. The opening sentence should either be in response to an earlier communication or a reference to the topic of the letter. Maintain an official tone throughout. Don't get informal at all. Okay? Then comes the subscription, which can be either yours faithfully or yours truly or yours sincerely. Then comes signature with designation. So you're going to write your full name with the, for example, if you're writing a letter to the principal as the head boy, then you're going to write head boy beneath your name. Or if you're writing a letter just as a student, then you can write your full name. Both you have to write your full name and then write the class beneath your name. Okay, a student of standard 7 or 8 or whatever. Now, this is some help given to you for the salutation and subscription. If you're writing to a person in an official capacity or one who's not known to you, you can start. The salutation can be Dear Sir, Dear Madam, and the subscription can be yours faithfully or yours truly. If you're writing to the press, that is the editor of a newspaper, you can just write sir and not dear and all. And subscription will be the same, yours faithfully or yours true. If you're writing to a company or a partnership firm, then if you're addressing to more than one person, then you'll be writing dear sirs, yours faithfully, yours truly, whatever can be the subscription. Now, this is an example of a formal letter. Now, this is a letter written to the editor complaining about the, the killing of girl fetus before its birth. Now, how has the letter been written? Can you see it, children? It is starting with the letter writer's address. The sender's address is written here. Okay. So the address, your address is written over here, the one who's writing the letter. Then leave a line, write the date in the same format. Then comes the receiver's address, which is the editor, the Indian Express. Write the name of the newspaper and the city. Then comes the subject. So female feticide, undoing of humanity. This is a brief subject which can be mentioned over here. Then, if I had told you that if you're writing to the press, that is the editor, you can write either sir or madam, no dear and all. How you're going to start with the letter? Through the columns of your esteemed newspaper, I wish to share my concern about the killing of girl fetus before its birth. Change the paragraph. Undoubtedly, in the post-independence era, Indian woman has altered her image of being vulnerable and illiterate. Still, the male chauvinism which was rampant in our society is indulging in female feticide, leading to alarming decrease in the number of females. Change the paragraph again. The surveys being conducted in recent years have clearly shown that sex determination tests are widely practiced. They slaughter the girl before it is born just because they want a son. In states like Haryana and Rajasthan, the situation is really dismal. One can gauge the seriousness of the situation by the fact that brides are being bought from other states for marriages here, leading to human trafficking. If this unnatural trend continues, the day is not far when the situation will change from bad to worse. It's time to take stringent measures to check this vehement killing of girl fetus. I hope you will publish my news. Now, the editor is not the person who's going to stop it. What is his work? His work is only to publish your concern or your topic of concern in his newspaper so that the readers read it and there is awareness amongst them. Okay. So I hope you will publish my news in your esteemed newspaper. This is one important line which I'm focusing upon because you make a lot of mistakes here because you'll be directly asking the editor to please repair the road. If you're talking about the bad condition of road in your locality, he's not the one who's going to go and repair the road. He can only bring that concern to the society through the columns of his newspaper. And this is why we tell you to read the newspaper, because when you read newspapers, you'll be aware about the page where the editors, when that there's a separate page for it where the editorial is there, and in the editorial you have such topics, you know uh, and those topics are brought to the press by the common people, and they are the ones who are publishing it in the newspaper so that we the readers get to know about it, and we spread awareness amongst everybody so that this situation changes. So this is how you're going to conclude the letter when you're writing it to an editor. I hope you will publish my news in your esteemed newspaper so that the society wakes up from its deep slumber. Then leave a line and write the subscription, which is yours sincerely, and then the last line, your name. Over here, it's wrongly written, but children, please write your full name over here since it's a formal letter. Now, the marking scheme, children, for informal letter, you have half a mark for sender's address, half a mark for the date, half a mark for salutation, half a mark for subscription, half a mark for signature. So, one, two, two and a half. and which comes to 2.5 marks. This is the format, marks for format. The matter consists of 2.5 marks, and language and expression, which consists of how you're presenting your thoughts and your grammatical errors, your spelling errors, all those consists of 5 marks. So in total, 10 marks. Coming to the formal letter, sender's address half a mark, receiver's address half a mark, date half a mark, salutation half a mark, subscription half a mark, signature half a mark. So in total, the marks for the format of a formal letter is 3 marks. Matter carries 2 marks. Language and expression carries 5 marks. In total, it is 10 marks. Now, 5 C's in letter writing to be kept in mind. It is important to follow the 5 C's in letter writing, and they are as follows. The first point is clear. C for clear. Try not to beat about the bush when writing a letter. Every word should come across as something that is understood. So you don't need to talk about unnecessary things when you're writing any letter. Come directly to the point and talk about the main concern and not about other things. Okay? Coming to concise. Do not ramble, be concise and make your words go straight to the point. Again, more or less the same thing, children. So you're not going to talk about details which are not important over here. Then coming to being courteous. Sometimes words can come across a lot harsher on paper, so do not be offensive. It always pays to be polite. So it doesn't cost you anything. So try and be polite in your approach for whatever you're writing the letter. Then coming to being correct. Double check your spelling, grammar, and punctuation. There is nothing worse than trying to read a letter full of mistakes, which we often go through. So please, children, spare us and try and write better letters. Coming to the last point, which is complete, make sure that you do not change your opinion midstream. Try to write what all you want to say and conclude your letter. So before you start with the letter, you should have your points in mind. If you can't remember, you write it in rough with a pencil, on your answer script only with a pencil, and later you can rub it off. So you should know what are you going to mention in it and what are the points you're going to take up. So don't deviate from the topic. For example, the way you've started and the opinion which you're holding on to should remain the same and not change through the course of the letter. Now, this is your assignment, children. We are ending over here with the topic of letter writing, both formal and informal. I hope it makes things easy and more understandable for you. And if not, you can always, approach your teachers through InTab and clarify your doubts. Your assignment for today would be to write a letter to your friend explaining him about the importance of joint family system. Write a letter to your uncle thanking him for the birthday present he had sent for you. Write a letter to the editor of a newspaper complaining about the frequent power breakups in your locality. And write an application to the principal of your school requesting to change your section, giving a suitable reason. Now, children, don't be scared because you're not going to do all of these in a day. You can take up one topic each day, but you must practice it to get more clear about letter writing. And during writing these letters in the process, if you get confused anywhere, you can always fall back on your teachers and clarify your doubts. So, children, we're going to stop it till here. Uh, Watch it carefully as many number of times as you want and be very thorough with this topic of letter writing. Thank you, children, and have a nice day.